There and welcome everyone to the Multi-Million Dollar Agents Show. And I'm your host or co-host, Rob Jacoman. And normally we're joined by our lovely co-host, Violet Rainwater. She couldn't join us today, but you guys get to have me dive in to something that absolutely is near and dear to my heart, and that is how to drive prospects and leads and opportunities into your pipeline, leveraging the power of LinkedIn and video. We're going to talk about video too. So basically, how to crush it on LinkedIn. So we're going to just dive into what it takes to be successful on LinkedIn to really build your book of business, to grow your pipeline, and everything in between to bring somebody to like a potential insured to close at the end of the day. Now we have been very very successful on the LinkedIn platform. LinkedIn is just one of those things that right now, guys, listen, this is where all the action is. This is where all the activity is going on. I talk to so many insurance agents out there who are just like, yeah, we don't have a LinkedIn presence. We don't even know how to use LinkedIn. We don't even we're not even using that platform. I can tell you this. LinkedIn is essentially like going to a networking event that is open 24/7. Your only job is to go out there and find your ideal client profile or your ideal influencer profile. So anyone who, if you want to expand your center of influence, your network, this is a great platform to do that. I hear a lot of criticism sometimes that this is a spammy platform and that there's a lot of messaging going on. That's not something that we teach. We believe that if you build and nurture relationships and you're authentic and you're real and you're just transparent about building these relationships with the right prospects, with the right individuals on this platform, you're going to have a lot of success. And you know what? Building relationships is a two-way street. It's kind of like networking 101. You're right. When you it's always better to give before you receive. The same is true with LinkedIn and on this platform. So the more that you can give and reach out and nurture those relationships and build relationships, comment on someone's post, engage with them in conversation, and really start to build a real strategy. So that is tip number one today is if you walk away with anything today, walk away with this one idea or to execute on this one thing. And that is you must start if you as an agency, as a producer, doesn't matter where you are right now. If you are wanting to jump on board and build truly the agency of your dreams, you need to start leveraging technology and these platforms because we're in a different age right now. We're a different time in history. More people are doing things online. We're engaging on these platforms in a very positive way. LinkedIn just happens to be that one thing that we use, especially for B2B. So listen, if you're a commercial lines producer, or if you're a personalized producer, or you're selling life and health, I've heard a lot of guys tell me that, oh, it doesn't work on LinkedIn selling life and health. I'm telling you right now, it absolutely does if you're going after the right target market. So we're going to talk about that today as well. Step number one is you must have a LinkedIn strategy. You must have a LinkedIn strategy. As an agency, you really must start thinking through these step by step. And that's one of the things that we can help. Obviously, we can help you with that. We have experts on our team who at ICA have so much experience with this, even like developing a lead generation program on LinkedIn for your agency. Like that's some of the things that we are starting to get into and teach and train on and help you execute. So step number one, have a LinkedIn lead generation, have a LinkedIn strategy. Underneath that is part of your strategy needs to be how do you build a lead generation machine? So how do you build a lead generation strategy on LinkedIn? That's one of the things we're going to cover today. And when you walk away from today, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. And I'm really getting focused and honed in on your ideal client profile, your target market, I'm going to show you how to actually do that, or I'm going to teach you how to do that today. We'll get into that. But the next step in your building out your LinkedIn strategy is to really optimize your profile. Okay. So what do I mean by that? When you optimize your profile, before you start reaching out to potential centers of influence, or you start reaching out to potential leads or prospects that match with your ideal client profile, you really want to make sure that your profile is optimized. Now, we have a profile optimization checklist that we run agencies through, and it really ranges from, it's kind of like doing a an overview of kind of like an audit, right? So it's an auditing process, and we go over your profile, we look at your banner, we make sure that your branding, like, it's all about your personal and company brand. So it's really about looking at, is your brand consistent, is your colors consistent, is your how well does everything kind of match up and blend together. Does somebody, when they land on your profile, do they know exactly what it is that you do? Do they know what problem you solve? Right. So if you're a producer, if you're in the insurance industry, what big problems do you help to solve for your insureds? Right. What kinds of things do you do as a producer to solve some of those difficult challenges, to really dive into an account and really work hand in hand with your clients to help them solve problems and become more valuable, right? So the more you can focus on helping somebody solve a problem or help them achieve a goal, the more valuable you become as a producer or as an agency. That can come through in your profile. So one of the things you're going to want to highlight in your profile is what problems you help to solve, or what goals are you committed to helping someone achieve, right? That's really, really important. You don't want to become like that commoditized insurance agent who is just running around, sending out quotes, and only, there's really not much behind that. It's pretty much like you're really just turning and burning. We believe that there's a better way. There's a better way to offer value to your clients, whether it be personal or commercial or lines. But if you can articulate that in your profile, and we help with, how to write your bio, right? The thing about LinkedIn right now is it's not a place where like, everyone thinks, oh, this is a place to do, um, basically create your profile to be more like a resume, right? It's like you're looking for a job. You're really not looking for a job on LinkedIn. You're really looking to build and nurture relationships with the right individuals to build your network and to grow your network. Um, that there's that's the way we leverage LinkedIn, especially if you're an agency owner or producer. That's the way we can help you kind of formulate that as well. So, assets, right? So we believe that creating certain marketing assets, such as a video, right? So you might put together like a 2 or 3 minute video on your agency, or sharing with somebody from the heart as a producer, like sharing somebody from the heart. This is what I do to help my clients. This is the problems that we help to solve. This is like the end results, or testimonial videos. You can put those in the featured section of your profile, and it becomes a really powerful selling tool for you. It's like having, I call it my marketing asset vault. It's like you have these assets in that are in the featured section that really are like your tools to help be your silent salesperson when someone's checking your profile out, right? So when they check out your profile, they can go on there and they can check out a video about you. They can see there's testimonial videos. They can see that there's featured, you might create a featured article or something like that. Very, very powerful, very, very important to have that. And then, really talking about your agency at the bottom, optimizing the way you articulate what your agency does, what you do. And it's very benefit oriented, or heavy on solving problems and benefits to working with you. That's the way we kind of look at your profile. Hugely important. When someone connects with you, they're going to go right to your profile and check you out. So we want to make sure that that's optimized. Another thing that's really important is your title. So right underneath your picture on your profile, you're going to see like an opportunity. There's a way you can either actually put like a mini video in there, which we can share. That's a little bit more advanced. But most importantly, people are going to see who you are. They're going to be able to see in 10 seconds or less what you're all about just by reading that little descriptor about you. So it's gonna be right under your name. That's something that in our checklist we have all that laid out in a very specific way, so that your profile is fully optimized. People are going to make a decision when you reach out and connect with somebody. People are going to make a decision based on what they see in your profile, right? They're going to make a decision. Is this going to be a sales call person? Is this person just going to reach out and spam me? What are they looking for? That's why it's super important to optimize that, because you don't want to come across as some person who's just going to turn around and send them that automated message, which is like, hey, let's jump on a call together, and hey, we do this, and this. I get those all day long, and frankly, that's the reason why some of that the reputation on the platform. It's the way people are communicating. And it's something that we believe that if you communicate in a genuine way and you personalize that relationship with somebody, and that leads me to tip number two, and that is you must have a lead generation strategy as part of your overall LinkedIn strategy. Generating leads on LinkedIn is one of the things that you can do that is going to drive revenue, and it's going to drive uh, opportunities into your pipeline. It's the lifeblood of your agency. It is literally the lifeblood of your agency. So I'm going to just share this with you. You have a few choices with your outbound. You can pick up your phone. You can pick up your phone and you can do cold calls all day long. You can hop on the phone, do 100 dials a day. That certainly can work. The numbers don't justify the ROI though. You can do outbound email, right? You can go to networking events all day long till you're blue in the face, jump in your car, go to the next networking event, get stuck talking to, Larry, who's has something to sell you, and then you're like, I wanted to talk to all these other people. Listen, if you're sick and tired of that approach and you're sick and tired of going to all these endless networking events, there is a strategy. There's a specific way that you can target exactly who you want to work with and reach out to on LinkedIn, that you can start to build your centers of influence, your network. So, for example, a logical thing would be in your area, and you can do this. I would recommend everybody right now. You don't. It's not required or necessary, but you definitely should invest in Sales Navigator. The reason why I suggest Sales Navigator is because it is the most effective way to really hone in on your target market. You can actually run searches, these advanced searches that can pinpoint who you're trying to connect with, almost to like the zip code, the region, the job title, the where they are, the level, how many years of experience, how many years they've been in business, how are they a first degree, second degree, third degree connection. You can get very, very advanced with how you search in Sales Navigator, so you can pinpoint. Okay, I want to connect with all the mortgage brokers within a 10-mile radius of where I live, right? Or within a certain, you can find them on LinkedIn. You can find every single one of those who are decision makers or owners or influencers in that market, and then you can then reach out to them and start building and nurturing a relationship and saying, "Hey, listen, I think it would make sense for us. I just want to reach out to you. I think it would make sense for us to start building a relationship. I know that you're in the mortgage industry, I'm in the insurance industry, and we have obviously a lot in common. I think it would be great for us to get together and have a conversation, right?" That's as simple and as non-salesy as it gets, and it's one of those things that's very, very effective at building those relationships with your centers of influence. The other thing you can do is, and it's really, really important that you do this on LinkedIn, and that is choose. If I'm a producer right now, and let's say I'm selling commercial lines, right? I'm a commercial lines producer, focused on maybe going after that middle market space. And but I don't know. I don't want to be the jack of all trades. I don't want to try to go after everybody. I don't want to try to be like this commercial person who uh, casts this really wide net. Where you are going to be the most successful as a producer is if you focus on three target markets or less, even. Become the go to person for a specific target market. If you can hone in on three target markets, for example, you might say, and specialize, right? Just be a specialist. The money is in specializing and being an expert and an authority in one specific area. For example, I would, if I was producing right now, I would choose probably construction, manufacturing, and technology, right? And I would build my expertise in all my marketing materials and all my outreach efforts and lead generation in LinkedIn, specifically Sales Navigator. I would target those specific decision makers in those industries, and I'd separate out my lead generation lists, and then I would run outreach campaigns to each of those target markets. Now, remember, keep in mind, LinkedIn has certain restrictions. So one of the things is there's a restriction of a certain number per week of connection messages or invites that go out. Right now, it's at 100. If you're going to be doing open in mail is another way that you can extend that outreach. Anyone who has, if you can see, you can click on their profile, and if it says open in mail, you can send them an open in mail. It means that they're open to getting in mail, and then they can choose if they want to accept it or not. But the bottom line is, if you hone in on a very specific target market and separate out those markets. And we're going to get more detailed in future episodes of our show. We're going to dive deeper into this strategy. Just imagine if all of a sudden your pipeline started to fill up, right? So your pipeline, imagine all of a sudden started to fill up with real decision makers and movers and shakers using the LinkedIn platform, where now you are in a position to send somebody a personal video, right? So our second step that we teach is send somebody a personal video and connect with them in a very personal way. Just send them a quick video. It says, "Hey, thank you. Welcome to my network. I just wanted to reach out to you and see how I could personally be of value to your business and to your life in some way. Oh, by the way, these are the things that I do to help my clients. I specialize actually in your industry and would love to have a conversation at some point if that makes sense to you, or just see how I can be of value to you." That's a very non-salesy approach to reaching out to somebody and just how can I help? That's all you're saying. So that is a very effective way of making that initial connection with somebody, personalizing that relationship, making it about them, not about you, but making it about them and just letting them know what your intentions are. That's how you're going to get the most traction and the most success on LinkedIn. And then, you know what? Then you're going to start working people through your pipeline and see if it makes sense for you to do business with them and to nurture those relationships and really focus on creating value. So every single touch along the way, you are creating some value for that person. You are helping them to solve problems. You are offering solutions. That is how you're successful on LinkedIn and having that overall strategy. But then, guys, listen, this becomes part of your LinkedIn strategy. So just to recap what we talked about in this particular show, uh, the one recommendation or the one big takeaway is you must have a LinkedIn strategy. Okay. There's a lot that goes into that, but in general, you have to have a game plan and a strategy for how you're going to leverage the platform to build, grow, and scale your agency. Number two is we talked about optimizing your profile, right? So optimizing your profile. So when someone lands in your profile, they know exactly what it is that you do. They know the problems that you help to solve. They can see that you have testimonials and case studies of other people who you've worked with. So guys, start collecting those testimonials from your clients. Don't be afraid to reach out to them and say, hey, would you mind if I hopped on a video call with you, a Zoom call, and I filmed a testimonial? Uh, don't be afraid to start making those videos and putting them and posting them inside of your LinkedIn profile. We also talked about lead generation, right? We talked about LinkedIn is a great place, specifically if you're leveraging Sales Navigator. It's a great place to obviously do lead generation and focus on specific campaigns and building lists of your target markets and who you want to go after. By the way, this works very well on the personal line side. So if you are a personal lines producer or life, you're doing life, listen, you're going to be successful on LinkedIn if you focus on a higher end clientele, right? Business owners, business owners, C-suite, executives, EVPs and above, all those individuals, they all need personal policies, right? They need life insurance. They need, some of them have two houses and a few cars and teenagers who are on their driver's list. They have a lot of assets that they need help with coverages. LinkedIn is also a great place if you're in personal lines to connect with them, build relationships, and be of value and position yourself as a true trusted advisor. If you're positioning yourself as a trusted advisor, people are going to do business with you. It's really that simple. And maybe that's the next thing we talk about in our next episode is really how to position yourself as a trusted advisor on LinkedIn or for lead generation and really become like an authority in your area, in your business. And that's really it. That's all I wanted to cover today, guys. I really appreciate your time, your energy, your comments. Anybody has any comments? I don't know if there are any, Sarah, if there are any comments or if anybody wants to, has any questions. Listen, reach out to us. We're a resource for you. We want to help you build, grow, and scale a multi-million dollar agency and book a business. And you can do it. Listen, using these strategies, this is like, again, you have a choice when you're doing outreach. You can either do the old traditional way and cold call all day long and go to networking events and beg for referrals. You can do that, or you can build a true strategy and leverage the power of LinkedIn, leverage the power of technology and video, doing videos and personalized outreach. Listen, you can be really, really successful using this strategy and then getting in front of people, getting people off the platform, getting in front of them, scheduling meetings, scheduling appointments, and then working your magic from there and closing deals. That's how this works from end to end. It's a whole solution from end to end that I just gave you today. That's part of your LinkedIn strategy. We are going to fill in the gaps over time. We're going to do some more in-depth lead generation strategies, some marketing strategies, how to build your marketing asset vault, what I call your marketing asset vault, where you're creating assets that you can deploy when you need to, given certain situations. Listen, you can do this. You can be very, very successful in this platform. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out our website and anything we can do to help serve you. Please feel free to reach out. But until next time, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye bye.